Hello, and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be reviewing a Netflix series called Ratched. The season is very much about facing things head on instead of running away from them. The show starts with the murder of a priest house, which is carried out by Edmund Hulsen. We then follow Mildred Ratched, played by Sarah Bolton, as she goes on a journey in which she is required to help people, but in fact she does the opposite.
You serious?
She manipulates her way into working in the hospital, which is also used for taking point to get the governor re-elected, where she poisons the patients with overdose in order to make herself seem like a savior.
Wait a minute!
She talks them into taking their life. We learn that Mildred's mother became an alcoholic during the Great Depression. She was put in a foster care system. They were brought up by abusive parents, and here they formed a bond. Child services stepped in and took them out of the house, and a kind case worker there decided that they should stay together, and she put in the paperwork that they were siblings. Now, they ended up going from home to home, suffering worse and worse abuse. Eventually, this made Edmund angry, and he took the eyes of the pair that exploited them to child predators.
Yeah, boy.
Mildred, on the other hand, ran into the night, and then they were separated from this. Nurse Bucket went from me thinking that she was going to be one of the most annoying characters to being the only one who is still alive, who became quite a sympathetic character after publicly being embarrassed at an organized dance at the hospital. Mildred's plan with her brother went sideways as Edmund kills a party member, and in this chaos, Gwendolyn is shot by a nurse called Dolly. They flee and lay low at a barn while the police starts to look for them. Now this completely embarrasses the hospital, and the governor comes down hard on Hanover, completely overlooking his curing of a patient with multiple personality disorder named Charlotte Wells. The governor forces him to sign a paper saying that Edmund is sane and is fit to stand trial, moving up his execution date. Bucket, on the other hand, goes to Ratched with the recordings available, and we discover that Ratched lied in order to become a nurse.
NANI?
During the Great War, she suffocated soldiers in acts of mercy. Now, Nurse Bucket could have exposed it, but instead she understood her situation, and this led to them teaming up and working together to get the funding for the hospital. Later on, Nurse Bucket takes over Hanover's job. Hanover leaves his position and takes Charlotte with him. Now, I don't think my stomach had ever dropped the way it did when Hanover opened the closet and I saw Charlotte's face. Sophia did an amazing job in my opinion. It was greater than James in Split. I'm not saying that he was bad, but just that she did a brilliant job portraying the personalities. Now, Charlotte takes a turn for the worse, and one of her darker personalities comes out and she kills Hanover. Ratched sends her off on a bus. She takes Hanover's head to LA in order to complete the deal and get the money they agreed on. Now this allows her and Gwendolyn to run away. We also learned that Edmund still holds a grudge against her due to her running away the night he killed those that were abusing them. Mildred was meant to be there for him, but she just fled. Therefore, Edmund feels like she betrayed him while he gave everything to save them. Ratched ultimately wants to kill Edmund and strikes up a plan to do this, promising to see the animals with him in the barn. This, of course, is another lie, and the further betrayal really hammers home how she could have just told the truth in the first place. Charlotte returns, and after taking a gun from Hanover's desk, she goes on a rampage to get Edmund. And during all of this, Edmund discovers Mildred's plan to kill him. Charlotte breaks out with Edmund from the hospital. And then we have a time jump of 2 years, which is where we join Mildred and Gwendolyn in Mexico. After inviting Nurse Bucket to their home, we see that Mildred is extremely paranoid. His killings have continued with 7 nurses being murdered in Chicago. Mildred gets a phone call from Edmund. He stands around and tells him that he should be afraid. Mildred promises that she is coming for him, and we see that it was her old landlord that sold her out. And it seems that Ratched is going to be looking over her shoulder. She is going to stand her ground. I think the next time she will indeed take Edmund down, but Gwendolyn will get killed in the crossfire. Maybe Nurse Bucket will too. Therefore, I think the cancer story was really unnecessary, as I do think that they will kill Gwen off next season. I think the main problem I have with the show is that none of the characters are likable, except for Huck, who they killed off for some reason. I would love to hear your opinions and thoughts on the show. Comment down below. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching. Until next time.